In one of my previous vlogs, I talked about product management in the enterprise and the challenges that scale bring. I would now like to start a series where I talk about moving beyond product management in the enterprise. But first, we need to level set on some terms. So today I would like to offer you what I call an offering taxonomy. Hi, I'm Greg with Prickrell Consulting. And what I've noticed in a lot of organizations is that there is no formal definition of what they take to market. And I would say from an accountability perspective, that is an issue. So let's start with the fundamental types of offerings. There are goods and services. Goods have to be produced or manufactured. They can be virtual like software. They can be physical like a car. Services are work that you do on behalf of your customer. So let's start looking at types of goods. And the first good I'll talk about is what I call a customer asset. That is just something that gets developed for a specific customer, maybe part of a project. And these customer assets can be very big and complex. But when I now want to generalize that to address the needs of a market or multiple customers, I have a much bigger challenge on my hands. And what industry has learned is at that point, I need somebody that understands this thing end to end, and that's a product manager. So those are assets and products. We already talked about services. Those could be consulting, all kinds of what sometimes are called professional services, work that I do on behalf of a customer. And that brings me to the next concept, which is a solution. And a solution is a combination of offerings. So I might take a piece of software or multiple pieces of software products, some services, maybe some hardware, and combine them to solve the market's problems or customers' problems. And when we think about solutions, there are a couple of types that we can think about. For example, I might define this ahead of time. I might know basically the services I'm going to provide, the products I'm going to provide, whether it's software or hardware, and I actually take that to market. So a priori, I define this thing, and that is what I go out and try to create demand around. So those are the basic terms. As I said before, from an accountability perspective, these are very important distinctions. So I will talk more about that next time, this accountability aspect. So thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you next week.